Welcome to the podcast. I'm Ben.
I'm Mae.
And I'm Max. And we were had.
Can you believe it?
There are twists and there are turns.
Defleshed is a standard death.
Oh, that's fun.
We were had.
We were.
So today there are actually 6 of us here for an episode of We Were Had.
So it's a fun episode. We have the usual 4: producer Chris, Max, Mae, and Ben. And then we have Greg here. Remember Greg from earlier?
We got Greg.
Podcast. Mae's famously Greg Norman. Greg Norman Planert? Are we hyphening?
Greg Norman Planert, yeah.
Greg Norman Planert
Actually,
is
it's Planert
here.
Normand at the vet, so.
We had to smuggle. Is it actually?
Yeah, it is.
It's Planert Norman at the vet.
That's his official name.
We had to smuggle Greg in a trench coat to get him into my apartment because there's no pets allowed. But I needed a hunter because there was a mouse in the house.
Yep.
And
Which was famously spotted by Mr. Spinelli in a previous episode in the background.
Mr. Spinelli is my father. That was Mr. Spinelli. Yeah, he eagle-eyed it. I don't know how he saw it because it's a tiny little guy.
Yes.
But he went
very
sprinting
impressive.
back, and we had to frame-by-frame catch it. But there's a mouse in the house.
And there's one right now. We just saw it.
Sleeping with the lights on. We just saw it go into the radiator. So I'm just kind of staring at this the whole time. Enjoy the episode while I just like this. Have a meltdown and I just stare at this fucking thing, waiting for the mouse to come out of it. I'm just smoking a cigarette at night, just fucking looking at it. I'm like, come out of there. You son of a...
That's gonna be you.
I have
for all
been
the
losing
sticky
my mind.
notes.
This is literally a horror movie. It's like tracking someone as they slowly just deteriorate, and that's what's been happening.
Mm-hmm.
I've been sleeping with the lights on. I've been losing every time I see something in the corner of my eyes. I'm like, it's a mouse.
He's got traps all along the door there. So
along my bedroom.
impossible for the mouse to go to your bedroom, which is good.
Well, here's the thing: is now I don't think that because I didn't know the radiator was an option for sure,
Mm-hmm.
and now I'm like, can they travel from radiator to radiator?
Oi.
Is that an option? Because that definitely goes into the wall.
Oh.
So that means that they can go from radiator to radiator.
We'll
Oh,
just
wow.
put all the traps underneath the radiator in your fucking.
Because my theory is it's coming from this old, I don't want to say it, but this old cunt next door. And she, you know how old people be hoarding?
Oh, old people be hoarding.
Yeah.
Old people be hoarding, and that's my theory. My theory, and it's a pretty good one, is that she was hoarding. Should we get to the episode?
Yeah,
Sure.
let's do it.
Speaking of spooky little mishaps, these are the most offensive celebrity and political costumes of all time.
Okay.
I love it.
Yes, these are things that were deemed a little controversial, a little problematic by the masses, and there's a real range because it's like literally from like, why would you make that sexy to not?
Okay. And was it problematic at the time or problematic now by today's standards? We're all being fucking pieces of shit.
I was looking at the dates of the articles.
What about the Nazi?
Well,
The Nazi one was timeless. It was a
Nazi
different
is timeless.
time.
Nazi is timeless.
Yeah.
It was the 90s.
It was the 90s. Everyone was doing a Nazi salute. Come on.
So I pulled from very reputable sources, page 6,
Nice.
NikkiSwift.com, and actually Time for the Trudeau one.
Okay.
and-
My thing about
He has
this kind of
taken
thing is that it's not like a mistake that you make in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
All of these were thought
Dude,
out.
no, they bought a
and
lot of
people
stuff.
were like, this is going to be a good
this is gonna
idea.
kill.
Purchase stuff,
Yeah.
spending money to make.
You have to plan ahead. Fuck, that's our food. Sorry, the mouse ordered takeout. Let me
All
go
right,
get
one
that.
second.
All right, now you're probably wondering yourself, like, what's the mystery here? I like that I'm like turned away from you guys.
Yeah, turn your chair.
There's,
Yep.
Hi, Metal.
guys, Vam.
There
he goes. Oh, wow.
There he
A
is.
thousand nights. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's my nightmare. And I'm living it. So the mysteries here are: what were they thinking when they chose this costume?
Okay.
Why don't they have friends that would have? Any one of them should have
Right.
been like, "What are
Good
we doing?"
question.
here?
This was
Yeah.
these costumes were run by
These were-
multiple
you
people,
were like,
presumably.
Yeah.
Can't we look how much bronzer I got for this one?
I got an afro wig.
It's gonna be sick.
Good idea. Good idea.
Yeah.
And then the third one, this is also like an actual like, genuine question. Was it intentional? Was it somebody like? 'Cause some of these people were like, they might have just been trying to build a little buzz here.
Yeah.
You
Sure.
know?
Wow. Okay.
Just
Did
kind
they
of.
mean to be offensive? You're
They,
saying?
they
Okay.
need to kind of drum up some controversy, you know what I mean? Because I know
Oh,
people
okay.
talk about. Because here's the thing: is like this stuff was all from like in the last 20 years. Like the articles were like one was like 2015, one was 2019, one was 2020.
Whoa. Really? Okay.
But here's the thing: from 2008 to 2016, You could nothing bad was happening.
No, nothing bad.
What? There was a recession. What? There was a war.
Who cares?
We're all still thinking about 9/11 at the time.
Yeah. Can I say that time? I'm like, wow. Think about it like bliss, and that there was still terrible things happening.
Of course. Yeah.
So wait, but your point is that during these years, you could get away with stuff.
You can get away with it.
Okay.
Like people were not as. But here's the thing, like. People still lost their minds at this stuff.
Okay.
And then most of the time, kind of warranted for these people. These costumes are rough.
Let's get to it.
So
Number one.
To kick it off, first, I would like to apologize. It was the 90s. I chose a costume that I now realize missed the mark. My mother was complicit in this crime as she made the costume. But that does not excuse my part in it. I went out into the American streets of Trumbull, Connecticut, dressed as a pumpkin. I am not a pumpkin. At the time, I thought it was okay because I like pumpkins. But now I realize how misguided that line of thinking was. I contributed to the erasure of pumpkins in our society. I will be taking some time to reflect and repent.
Jail.
Put me in jail.
Put him in jail.
I know.
Should we even finish the episode?
Do you have a picture of it?
The
I'll have
police
to
are on
censor
the-
it.
Yeah, I don't believe it. Yeah,
I will-
I'll have to censor it.
It's just a blurred face of the pumpkin, the jack-o'-lantern. I was not in orange face. I did not do orange face.
Wow.
I did not do that. I had the decency to do that.
Well, here's my question: does anyone have an actual offensive one? I mean, that's bad.
I mean,
but
my mom dressed me up as Pocahontas
You
for
have
like
that?
4 years in a row.
I was a little Siamese boy once.
No.
Yeah. My parents took a trip and they came back with these things. I was like, that's awesome. And then I dressed up with a little Siamese boy.
What does that even look like? He's like, I took
the
two.
eyes?
I was just going to say, was there anything with
I
the
think it
eyes?
has, like, a
No,
raven
nothing like that. Did you ever see The King and I, the musical?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was like that with the little hat and like the thing. I was young. I was
Did you do the eyes?
17.
Did you do the eyes?
I did
Answer
not.
the question.
I did not do the eyes.
They did the eye.
I
There was
was
a couple
yours?
pictures where
Yeah.
he squinted.
I dodged one. I once got asked, somebody asked me to do he wanted to be like new Michael Jackson, wanted me to be old Michael Jackson.
Ooh.
And this was in college, and I was like, I had already committed to this like other costume thing that I was doing at the time, so I like dodged a bullet.
Thank God.
You know,
But,
it's
like-
interesting. They're both bad because old Michael Jackson, you would be in blackface, but new Michael Jackson, you're a molester. So they're
Right.
both.
Yeah.
Was your friend black that asked you to do it?
No.
Oh,
okay.
no. What, were you going to be old or new?
He wanted
He
me
was
to
gonna
be
be old.
No.
Yeah. And it's like so crazy because I remember like
It's wild to me that you hadn't. done
I know a
blackface.
dude
That's
who
crazy to me.
did- What's that?
That you didn't do blackface. That's actually very surprising.
I dodged a big bullet. In college, when I saw people doing it, I was like, that's funny, but this seems wrong, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
And then, like, now that I'm older and I know what I know, I'm like, thank God.
Yeah.
Thank fucking God. I actually know a dude who did a blackface costume in college and is now married to a black woman.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Made up for it,
Yeah.
I think.
Cultural
That
appreciation.
person, Prince Harry.
I know someone who dressed up in blackface, and we all know her too, and I'm not going to name her name. on the
What?
pod.
Oh my God! I can't wait until the end of this.
Afterwards,
Let
yeah.
me tell you
that was fun. One of my closest friends, and we all rooted on. We were like, "You should do your hair like this." It was
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I know exactly who did it, and I bet it was hilarious. I'm kidding.
She met her boyfriend that night.
No.
Oh, he must be a
Yeah,
great guy.
He found out.
He must have been disappointed.
Yeah, right.
That's so bad. All right, so let's go through the list. Number one, and I have pictures here that I can show you guys. And Chris, pull it up. Or
Did you send it to me?
Yes, but I think I gave you viewing access, not editing.
All right.
Just so you can't write penis everywhere. Chris Brown as a terrorist.
Oh.
Yeah, a bit much. And
When was this?
In 2012, Brown attended Rihanna's Halloween party dressed as what appeared to be a terrorist. Fans were outraged and probably pretty tired by now if they waste energy being outraged by Brown, didn't get the rare Chris Brown apology tour. This is after he already hit her and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Oh,
Instead, he gave an interview to LA's Power 106, lobbing profanities and telling everyone to, quote, get over it. This is what he said.
fuck?
He said, it's fucking Halloween. It's a motherfucking pagan holiday. We dress our kids up as Satans, demons, little goblins, and all this other shit. Get over it, people. I was just as the people we killed. Bin Laden, exclamation point. And everybody who really mad about it, fuck y'all.
All right, I respect that.
That's how you apologize.
Satan point's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is,
Because
yeah.
that is very offensive to some people,
He's
not
like
me.
the
I
worst
don't
one.
fuck, but other people, yeah.
He's like the worst. He's the
He's
worst.
like one of the worst guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not
top
great.
3.
Yeah.
Top 3.
Top 3 worst guys. Save.
Oh yeah, he's not cool.
Not great.
The holy host of the hoary netherworld? Yeah, not a nice guy.
I don't know what that was.
I don't know that.
Number 2, our first black phase. And please play the typical graphic that we use for that.
Yeah. Cue the hip hop music.
Julianne Hough
I remember
as
this.
Crazy Eyes.
Who's that
Yes.
again?
That she is the Dancing with the Stars. She's the one with her and her brother did. They definitely kissed a little.
Yeah, they definitely
Let me
They
see
fucked.
definitely
the picture.
kissed. This is her as Crazy Eyes.
Oh,
sorry.
shit.
Okay.
It's over here, too.
There it is.
Oh, I kind of recognize her. Okay. Yeah.
Well, you can't see her because she's in blackface there, so it's tough to recognize her.
Well, I guess I just lied.
So Julianne Hough dressed up as Suzanne Crazy Eyes Warren from Orange is the New Black in 2013, wearing a heavy layer of bronzer. It was blackface.
Yeah.
It was blackface.
She apologized multiple times and told Allure, "Ignorance is sometimes not bliss. I really had no idea what I was doing,
Eesh.
and it was all out of fun and respect for the character. I don't even know how to talk about it because it's such a sensitive topic. It makes me so sad to think that I was that dumb. I learned a big lesson."
What year was this?
Yeah.
2013.
Huh.
How does that? Oh fuck, that's no good.
Yeah, right?
That's like, there's no excuse.
No, there
There
isn't.
really is.
And like these people have teams working for them. You would
Well,
think
that's
someone
what
would
I'm
be
saying.
like, "Hey, like this isn't gonna go over how you think it's gonna go over. This is
How did it happen? That's the mystery. How
Yeah.
did
Did
that
she have a
happen?
team going? She wasn't like was she dressed like that for an event?
yeah."
Or was she just out?
When you wake up every day next to your brother, don't you think you would ask him if you think this is appropriate or not?
I mean, at that point in her career, she at least had a PR manager, at
Right.
least a
Or a friend.
You know.
Just
Yeah,
a friend.
Just a friend,
Just a
yeah.
juju.
But there
Yeah.
are people invested in her success and making sure
Right,
she's
right.
making money. So like, wouldn't they be like, "This is a calculated risk, and it's not a very good one."
It's not it's egregious.
Yeah, yeah.
Also,
We're
what
just
was
had
that
a lot of white characters in the show.
What was that apology where she's like,
She's
it's very sensitive? She's almost making it seem
Yeah.
like the person asking
Yeah,
her
it's
is
weird that
being
you guys are talking
Yeah,
about
you're
it,
being
because it's
bringing up a
very
sensitive
sensitive.
topic here. Yeah.
That's great.
She's probably so scared just to get herself in more trouble.
Another fun one: the Chainsmokers as Ebola doctors in 2014. They look like Luigi and Waluigi.
That's hilarious. Okay, this one I like.
This one is ridiculous. So in 2014, the DJs performed at Binghamton University and then made their way to an after party at what else? A fraternity. The theme was Ebola, which is like if bros somehow had to deal with Ebola, the often fatal disease that was making its way through West Africa. And at the time this party was thrown, had already killed 5,000 people. So of course the Chainsmokers dressed up in hazmat suits and mustached, mimicking the people who were working hard to help the victims of the disease. Not funny, not cool. These articles were a little preachy, and it's like, okay, we got it.
The article-
These are not.
Yeah.
Ebola's not a race.
Right. And also Ebola, that's hilarious.
That's
First
pretty
of all,
funny.
Yeah.
It's so funny because in 2015, they did my college's like clam jam at the end of the year, and they were throwing dildos into the crowd.
Clam jam.
Clam jam. Every year there's clam jam on the beach. It's called
let's-
clam jam. Everybody goes down there and stuffs some clam. It's just like a big party on the beach.
That sounds great.
It's a wonderful time.
Oh wow.
The cops always come. Oh.
Ebola doctors. Yeah, they're the doctors.
That's like somebody dressing up as a doctor and people being like, doctors deal with cancer.
Yeah, exactly.
People die from cancer. It's like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah, well, cancer happens.
yeah, well, cancer happens. People dress up as firefighters too, and guess what? People
It's not
die
like
in
they were
fires.
sexy Ebola doctors. That would have been too much.
No, that would have been good.
Here's another one. That one would have been hot.
It was right there.
Right. O.J. Simpson as a gynecologist.
Oh my god, that has got to be the worst thing he's ever done.
In 2018, Simpson dressed as a fictional gynecologist named Dr. Seymour Bush. When asked by a fan about his questionable costume, the ex-con...
How is this following? Oh god, this list is
He
very.
said he was giving out free exams all night.
All right.
Yeah,
It's just like
just
a
a
lame
lame
joke. Yeah.
I think if O.J. Simpson would have dressed up as anything, it would have made this list.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
no matter what he dressed up as, they would have been like, "It's a problem."
Right. O.J.
O.J.
Simpson had
Simpson, you
fun.
think you could be funny, murderer?
Yeah. And then honestly, it's fun. Dr. Seymour Bush is a good name.
This is like a costume that he bought at like a party city and took
Yeah.
out of a plastic bag.
It's
Right.
like those FBI female body inspector type
Yeah.
shits.
Those kill.
Those kill.
All right, let's go back in time to 2005. Prince Harry as a Nazi.
Of course.
Hell yeah.
Front page news. Here you have Prince Harry as a Nazi. He's wearing. He's got the arm.
Is that the
band?
They couldn't think of anything better than Harry the Nazi? As an
I don't think you really need to be clever with that when it's the
There's
prince.
got to be some. The post is great.
Mein Fury.
Really?
That's crazy.
Man, look how skinny he was.
Yeah, he does look really skinny.
Yeah, that's the take.
That's the take.
What
Guys,
is crazy?
Maybe that's why so many people wore that uniform, is it was very slimming. That's actually.
Hugo Boss.
Yeah.
There's a joke in there. I'm not gonna
Was it
say.
Hugo Boss?
Yeah, what
Yeah,
The Nazi uniform?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, you didn't know
What?
this?
Yeah,
Nazi
and
uniforms are beautiful.
Mercedes and BMW made all their fucking military vehicles.
yeah.
What?
Oh, yeah.
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 These are like the finest companies.
Also,
Yeah.
Nazis really kept going.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they kept
until
going.
they didn't.
Yeah.
Chanel. That's a whole story.
Oh, Coco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She liked the Nazis?
Oh, she was sleeping with one of like the head Nazis.
Ooh, that's a medal.
So Prince Harry, this is the little description of this. Prince Harry may have ditched his party boy ways in recent years, but there was a time when the star was regularly embroiled in controversy, and who doesn't love a good royal scandal? Well, maybe when Nazis aren't involved. Though The Guardian reports that Brits don't generally go as wild for Halloween as Americans, Harry still had time to dress up in an offensive costume for a, quote, colonials and natives costume party. Hillary Duff is still waiting for her invite. She went as a pilgrim and Native American with her husband.
Again, the equivalencies here.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
According to a Time, a photo of Harry wearing a swastika armband and uniform similar to those worn by the German Afrika Korps graced the cover of a 2005 issue of The Sun. Of course, outrage ensued because wearing a Nazi armband is never not going to be offensive. The New York Times published Harry's apology. He claimed he was, quote, very sorry if I caused any offense or embarrassment to anyone. It was a poor choice of costume and I apologize. That's a lame fucking apology, too.
Yeah,
Well,
right?
how do you do that? How does a royal family member exit his home with a swastika
Right.
around his arm?
Right.
It's not good for
He
England.
probably
England
like
was
hid
fighting
it
him
from his
too.
family.
Yeah,
It's
that's
probably
true.
him like lashing
Well,
out.
maybe it was something that they were distracting from. Maybe something else. He's
Prince
like,
Andrew.
There's a
yeah.
Confederate flag underneath.
Like, no, but I'm saying, like, maybe, like, his uncle was diddling fucking kids, and they were like, well, let's divert the media attention over here to Harry wearing a fucking
Well, weren't
Nazi
it early
uniform.
2000s when Epstein's first round of troubles happened? It was like
Maybe. I think so, yeah, when he went to prison for the
The
first
old
time.
Mr.
The old
Epstein.
bait and switch. Dress your son
Yeah.
up like a Nazi so we can diddle some kids.
Yeah.
We need
If I
to
had
fix
a
nickel.
this. Classic.
That's what I'm
How
saying.
old was he? Teen?
He
20?
was 2005. I don't know, probably like
Teenish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
young
Okay.
adult.
Barely legal.
Kylie Jenner's sexy Eskimo costume was ice cold. So this is tough after the Nazi. In 2015,
Yeah.
Kylie Jenner, she's a sexy Eskimo. You can see here.
Yeah.
Whatever.
She made headlines when she dressed as a sexy Eskimo. According to the Huffington Post, the term Eskimo is typically considered a slur.
Is it?
What's the proper?
Inuit.
Inuit, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true.
She
I thought
later
that was one
switched.
tribe.
She later
I just
switched
heard it
up
said.
the caption to Snow Princess in a separate Instagram post that included fancy white cars. Though she was slammed for her costume, she did have one supporter, Alaskan reality star Bristol Palin. Palin penned a letter to Kardashian saying she is part Yupik, a group indigenous to Alaska, and, quote, not offended. Always good to have a Palin in the corner.
Yeah. Remember
Another
that girl
sexy.
got knocked up?
One more sexy mishap.
Remember that?
Yeah, that was,
I do, yeah.
that was a huge controversy.
That's
Yeah, it
crazy.
was.
It's so funny when that happens to Republicans
Yeah,
that
yeah.
make that their whole brand.
I know.
Everything with Herschel Walker, that guy's coming out.
Oh,
Who's
yeah.
Herschel Walker?
He's
I
a
don't know
big
him.
like pro-life guy,
Oh.
and he's
He's
paid for
had
so much an
7
alarming
million.
amount of
Amazing.
abortions. Yeah,
He paid for mine.
He didn't have to do that.
I know,
that's so
he's a sweet
sweet.
guy.
That's so sweet.
What?
all right. Ashley Benson's lion suit caused an uproar.
Oh, come on.
So in 2015, Walter Palmer.
You really should have ended with Nazi. Everything.
This is the worst one. This American dentist, you can remember this. He allegedly paid $55K to kill the 13-year-old male lion named
yes.
Cecil, who was living at the protected Huang
I do
Orange
recall.
National Park. According to the Telegraph, the collar-clad lion may have been lured away from the safety of the park. He was reportedly shot with a bow and arrow, and the next day the wounded big cat was killed, beheaded, and skinned. Benson posted a snap of herself in the gold costume, and she wrote, "Help! Can't decide on my Halloween costume this year. What do you guys think of this Cecil the Lion costume?" And it's her in the sexiest little lion costume.
Wow.
It's actually kind of hilarious.
That's kind of amazing.
I mean,
Love
it's-
that.
And then
We got two good
naturally,
ones.
Yeah, yeah. I have some ideas for Halloween now from this episode.
She reportedly, and you'll never guess which, she edited Cecil into the caption. She later apologized, saying, "Yesterday's post was in poor taste, and I absolutely regret all of the hurt that photo caused."
You got to appreciate a more timely one. Like the Nazi one doesn't. It's also like.
Speaking of, did they have a team? Why didn't they ask anybody? Yeah. She also said she blamed it on her team, saying they posted it with the wrong caption.
Oh, okay.
So that's a good move.
Okay.
Although if I'm her friend, it's 2015, and she's like, "Would this be funny?" I'd be like, "Send it, girl." Oh.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah, that's the other thing about friends.
Yeah,
They
that's
could
how
be
they're friends.
fucking with you.
Yeah, tough. Yeah. I would let you post that.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, this is an honorable mention. Sorry, I needed coffee. This is an honorable mention because it wasn't at a Halloween party. But Justin Trudeau wore brownface at a 2001 Arabian Nights party while he taught at a private school.
Yeah, he sure did.
So Justin Trudeau, Canada's prime minister, wore brownface makeup to a party at the private school where he was teaching in the spring of 2001. Brownface, it's
Wow.
that is black.
He even went hands and everything.
Yeah, Time has obtained the photo. That
He
this is
hired
the time.
someone to help with that. That's shoe polish black.
The picture, it's dark.
That
It's
is-
dark. It's dark.
That's the OG style.
You can't. I mean, the Julianne Hough is too much with the bronzer, but you have to, as you're wiping shoe polish on your face. Isn't there a party that's like, what am I doing here? What is going on?
I mean, he committed to the bit.
So
wild.
the picture was taken at an Arabian Nights themed gala. It shows Trudeau, then the 29-year-old son of the late former Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau, wearing a turban and robes with his face, neck, and hands completely darkened. The photograph appears in the 2000-2001 yearbook of West Point Grey Academy, a private day school where Trudeau was a teacher.
Oh,
This is a teacher in the yearbook.
Wow.
He was 29,
And
so
he
we
was
should have
29.
known better
That's
by
me
then.
currently.
That's crazy.
Going to my place of work's party being like, this one's going to fucking kill.
I'm not defending him at all, but also let's
But here
remember.
I go.
But also let's remember this was like they had Jimmy Kimmel was doing Karl Malone on
You're
TV.
right. You're right.
And also, if he's in the yearbook, that just shows how.
Right, the
accepted
school
it
was
Yeah,
like,
people
look
like-
at Trudeau, he's all the way with the Arabian thing.
That's
The fun
so true.
teacher.
You know what I mean?
He's so kooky.
Like no one's batting an eye at this except for people of color that are like around.
All the horny English teachers are like, you're bad. You're bad for that.
It would be interesting, I wonder if like any of our like black friends back in the day, like none of them voiced out about being aggravated by seeing someone doing
No.
blackface at the time.
Were you doing a pulse check at the time?
What's that?
Were you doing a little pulse check?
Yeah, I was just checking. Hey, what do you feel about Jim over
this?
there? You being Michael Jordan? Does that
Also,
bother you, or is that cool?
Who's the guy who got away with, what's it called in, fuck.
Oh, Robert Downey Jr.
Yes, he got away with it so much
was
because everybody just
layered
loved it.
performance.
That was
Yeah.
because that was the whole point
Right,
of it. But
right,
even
right.
still,
Yeah.
it still pops up on TikTok every other month. They're like, can't believe we let this
Yeah,
happen.
but that
But,
takes
like,
no
Whatever.
knowledge of fucking
Yeah,
what the
exactly.
parody is.
Exactly.
This, I don't think he was deconstructing anything
No.
in this photo. It's also,
He was like, I'm
it's
gonna
genuinely frightening. This is the scariest
It's-
photo I've ever seen in my
it's
whole life.
weird.
It's terrifying.
Well, there's also this one picture with him with two, I'm assuming, like actual
Teachers?
No,
Arabian
that just did a
guy.
really good paint job, actually.
Yeah. They just went to the same,
No, I'm joking.
different guy than Trudeau.
Like Max, this one with the whoops, I lost it.
Yeah, like they don't seem
These guys
affected.
don't seem upset.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, he's with two guys.
That's
Yeah,
usually
yeah.
how it goes,
Yeah.
though. Like, have you guys seen those things on TikTok where a white guy will dress up in like a sombrero and all this
Yeah.
stuff and walk around and ask white people what they think, and they're like, "Oh, you're being an asshole. You're appropriating." Then they go and ask like Mexican people, and they're like, "You look great. Love your outfit." Yeah. So I don't know.
It's
But
crazy.
anyway.
He should have done that though.
No, especially if you're going to be a political
especially
person,
if
not
you're,
great.
if you're
And
the
your dad
son
was
of
the-
you're the son
Yeah.
of the
Oh,
former
yeah.
prime
Here's a
minister.
fun one of him where he's having a lot of fun.
Listen, he's having a good time.
Oof.
Wasn't that Chris?
He must have so many regrets.
That is tough. So pick your favorites. Like, what do you guys like? Ebola doctors, Ebrolas.
Ebrolas was the best one. I like that little play on words.
Good, yeah.
It's fun.
Good party.
I mean, it's just like
Yeah.
any fraternity sorority party with a theme. CEO bros and
Office
corporate
hose.
hoes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was nice.
there's a lot of good ones.
Yeah.
What else do they have?
They had a Tour de Franzia. and
Tour de Franzia.
Yeah, everyone was a different country.
Beer Olympics was always a problematic day.
Oh, yeah,
of
Beer
the year.
Olympics was fun.
We chose. I want to skip past. We did Egypt. I think we wore the Egypt Pharaoh stuff.
yeah.
I don't.
Well-
That's probably not ideal.
Yeah, but you're
Yeah,
going
but there's
back-
not like
it's
Egyptian people. There's,
Yeah,
there's
it's
not like
ancient.
ancient
It's ancient
Egyptians walking
Egyptians.
around. It's
Yeah.
like a lost race.
Hi, Greg. I was like, fuck, this mouse is enormous. And I realized Greg's here.
Yeah, ancient I don't think counts. It's like
No,
a toga
ancient
party.
doesn't
Angel's
count.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, people don't care about toga parties, do they?
Yeah, exactly.
Or Greek people
Well,
getting
nowadays
fucking
they
pissed.
might.
Well, Greek is like, I don't know. Well, then you get into our Mediterranean and Italian and Greek people, not white.
You wish.
It's not, I don't. I think we're white. I'm white. I'm a white man. Well, there are a
That's
lot
right.
of people, but I'm a white
Get
man.
over
Thank
it.
you. I said it. I'm sorry to the pumpkins. I'll never let it down. Listen, that was all the costumes. I'm pumped for Halloween. I'm so pissed that I'm not doing a party this year, but instead I have to be in Europe. Oh.
What a bummer.
Moving away from the mice. From
Right.
one week of bliss. They don't have any rats or anything in Europe, right? Famously,
No.
that's never been a problem in history.
Yeah, I think the Ebola Bros was my favorite one. I think Kylie Jenner got roasted for no fucking
The
reason.
sexy Eskimo?
She could have just said she was like a snow bunny.
Well, she changed the costume
Yeah,
to
yeah.
literally Snow Bunny.
Yeah.
I mean, that was like, don't call it a sexy Eskimo.
Yeah, some of those you
Yeah.
can twist. Nazi you can't.
The
Can't really
the
be like,
lion
no,
one
it's
is just
not a Nazi. It's a
sexy lion. She could have just hinted at it. She didn't need to be like, is this hot fucking Cecil costume? To
Right.
move? Be honest.
right.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That is funny.
Sir. He's at the window.
Oh, yeah.
No luck.
It's a big guy. Well, he let 2 mice run by him.
He did.
Well, not 2, but the same guy was taunting him.
Yeah,
Wait,
he's
two
not doing a
shots.
good job at all. He doesn't seem to be on the move.
He, I'm glad I'm not paying for him because this is not as advertised.
I was
always-
going to charge you for my Uber home.
I thought I was getting a purebred hunter, and I got some namby-pamby.
Yeah,
Cute
you
little cute
got
guy.
a pansy.
I got a little pansy ass. Look at him. He's having fun.
No, he's scared.
Yeah, he's
Yes,
terrified.
yes.
Yeah, we heard moans earlier. That was him crying in the corner.
I think it was.
Yeah.
What's your favorite?
Just my mind went to the Nazi, not the Nazi. My favorite.
Why?
No, Ebola is the funniest.
Ebola's
Because
hilarious.
because again, I don't think they were the doctors. I mean, they didn't. That I see how that could have gone in a terrible
I also wish
direction.
that
Yeah.
Prince Harry never did the Nazi thing because now I'm like, ugh, you're just overcompensating for the
Yeah.
rest of your fucking life,
Well,
you
and that's all
woke
he's
ass
been doing.
bitch.
Well, did he join the army literally because of how
Yeah.
controversial
Yeah,
his
for
shit
sure.
was? I mean, that's why
Afghanistan.
Elvis joined the army. I saw the movie.
Good film.
Good film.
I haven't seen that yet. I want to see
No.
it.
That was
Enjoyable.
that would have been a perfect costume. Kathy and I would have done that.
Elvis.
I was going to be Elvis and she was going to be Tom Hanks.
I
Oh,
was-
yeah. Tom Hanks. Oh, that's funny.
I once dressed as Neil Diamond, as
Yeah.
a lot of teenage people in the
Yeah.
90s do.
Right.
And it was so embarrassing because no one knew who the fuck Neil Diamond was, and probably still
Yeah.
don't really know. So I pretended it was Elvis, which is still lame, but I still like, because gets away with it.
You know Neil Diamond, flashy.
Jewish Elvis.
All
He
style.
was known as the Jewish Elvis.
Was it?
Yeah.
Just shaking it, but sensibly.
Within reason.
All right. Well, happy Halloween. You're going to see this episode in like 2 weeks. So if there's still a mouse, I'll be dead. Enjoy, everybody. Leave a review.